Hello and welcome everyone. This is What's Missing. Today we'll be talking about Norway and why exactly it has changed its policy regarding the COVID vaccines provided by Pfizer. I believe it was a couple days ago that the Norway Health Ministry actually reported that somewhere between 20 and 30 elderly people with health complications died from the COVID vaccine. Now, the problem I have is a lot of conspiracy media has been taking this as, okay, the vaccine is definitely causing these deaths. But the problem is that's not exactly how reporting COVID vaccine related deaths work. You understand that a health ministry will report these numbers and include the word suspected deaths. Now, the word suspected in this case means that they don't know for sure if COVID caused that person's death. However, as a result of these potentially COVID-related deaths, again, somewhere between 20 and 30 people, the Norway Health Ministry has changed their policy. They will no longer be administering the Pfizer COVID vaccine to terminally ill elderly people above the age of 85. Based on the statements that the Norwegian Health Ministry put out, they have clarified that this policy change is not the result of, oh, we discovered that these cases were confirmed the result of the COVID vaccine, which is not the case. From what I've read, none of these deaths have been attributed to the COVID vaccine, only ever suspected, and even after research, were not confirmed. This policy change is more seen as a precaution that, okay, we are seeing perhaps it did complicate, perhaps not. It is not confirmed to have complicated these deaths, but just for the sake of better security, better safety, we are going to no longer administer this vaccine to the terminally ill, at least until we see more data from other countries to see if they have experienced a similar situation or haven't. Personally, I think this was a good decision on the Norway Health Ministry's part, not because it's going to protect anyone, because again, those deaths were never confirmed, and in fact, they were proven to not be related to the vaccine. But, personally, I'm somebody who tries their best to err on the side of caution. So to me, watching and see how other countries react to this vaccine is in my opinion, the right way to go. I just follow with the mindset, better safe than sorry. And honestly, this vaccine is the much safer route when dealing with COVID. It is much safer than catching the virus in of itself. We could even look at those 20 or 30 supposed deaths. Again, they were only ever suspected, but for the sake of argument, let's assume that they were confirmed to be the result of the vaccine. Norway in general has been focusing on giving the Pfizer vaccine and then the other vaccine, I forget what it's called, to as many elderly and as many high-risk cases as possible within their country. This has been going on for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and at this point there has been about 49,000 vaccinations across Norway. If all they had were 30 at most deaths after 49,000 vaccinations, that is incredibly safe, especially compared to the virus. We can even do a little bit of math here and figure out exactly what percentage that this vaccine would at most be killing. Looking at these numbers here, 30 possible deaths, and again, never confirmed, over 49,000 vaccinations. 30 over 49,000. In a percentage, that is 0.05%. or 1/20th of 1% of fatalities resulting from this vaccination. COVID, on the other hand, has
about 1 to 2%.
fatality rate much higher among the elderly. So for people who are out here saying, well, the vaccine killed 23 people, we don't know for sure, and it was never confirmed, I also kind of look at it on the perspective of how many people would have died if not for this vaccine. Again, taking that
1 to 2%
that COVID would typically kill, let's look at those 49,000 vaccinations. 3 to 4% out of 49,000 is about 1,500 people. And when we break it down like that, personally, I see it as 30 people potentially had their health complications and their terminal illness worsened, again, potentially, by this vaccine and died, while 1,450 people were spared death because of this vaccination. And that's just a matter of how percentages work. Comparing
1 to 2%
death rate with COVID to a 0.05% death rate for the vaccine. Again, that's not even confirmed or substantiated. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. To me, we can look at this vaccine and complain that, oh, it kills people, or, oh, we don't know how well it works. And hey, I understand being cautious is probably the smartest thing to do. However, we cannot lie to ourselves.
1 to 2%.
Is a higher fatality rate than 0.05%, which honestly for the vaccine is a lot lower, especially since none of those 30 cases were confirmed to be the result of the COVID vaccine from Pfizer. So all I'm saying is pay attention to the numbers, pay attention to your sources, read them carefully, and don't let people mislead you, because I'm seeing conspiracy theorists all over the internet saying, hey, the COVID vaccine is dangerous. We told you 20 people died. Yeah, people die from vaccines. That is a well-known fact. It's on the label. One side effect of taking a vaccine is death. Did you know if you take too much Tylenol, you can get liver damage? Medication of any kind can be dangerous. But do you know what's more dangerous? Dying from COVID. It's way more likely, as we've already made clear in this program. And so I advise you to just pay attention to all the facts and understand there's no 100% safe option. But the vaccine is 99.95% safe. So, I mean, and probably even higher than that. And I'd say that's pretty good. This has been What's Missing. Have a nice day.